guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Crystal, and I try to post on here in regards to medical things and uplifting and just how to deal with different day-to-day stuff. So today, I want to start off by apologizing because I had planned on posting a lot more often, and last week was just thoroughly bad. It was a lot of pain, migraines, extreme dizziness, a lot of things going on, and I was getting to where I was having dizzy spells, my ears were ringing, so focusing on doing a video was not up there in my things I could do. Plus, when Rick and Cadence are home, I don't like to post as much because I want to spend time with them rather than having them sit quietly while I record. But as of right now, Cadence is across the room watching YouTube on her computer, and Rick is outside working on his car, which means you'll probably get some noise if he comes in and out. I don't know, he might not, but just in case, that's what's going on. So last week I was dealing with a lot of dizziness, migraines, pain, and stress, anxiety, almost to the point of being mildly depressed, I guess you could say. I try not to label extra things, but for sure it was a rough week. Anytime my body hijacks and takes off doing what it wants, I have a hard time with that. So I had been kind of MIA, but I am sorry. I do want to not do that to you, and I do plan on being back as often as I can and hopefully get back to myself. So I found on I don't remember what I found this from, but I got this quote that said, "You can't help what you're given in life, but you can help how you handle it." And I really, really, really wanted to touch on that. I wrote it down knowing that when I did my next video, it would be something I talked about, because I am a strong believer in that. Life throws things at you, things happen, things come up, but that's just life. You can have two people that have the exact same thing happen to them, and one of them is super not happy about it, but just the way that just the way that people see things and perception is a crazy, crazy thing. We talked about perception and the way things are seen a while back, but you can take, I'm trying to think of a good example, but just where you have two people going through the same thing and have a completely different outcome. And that's not, all that is the way people handle it and see it. And that's huge for me because I have so many invisible illnesses that I constantly get told that, oh, you must be feeling good because you're smiling or you're positive. I have neurologists that say that to me. I have counselors. I've been told by a counselor, and I may have said this before. If I did, I apologize. But I've been told by a counselor that, oh, you're so positive. I don't really think you need to see me. Just email me if you need anything. And I really did need her. But because I put a smile on my face and don't dwell, it was, her perception of me was that I didn't need help and I was fine. Same thing goes for people who are very, very wealthy. That doesn't necessarily mean they have no problems. That doesn't mean they're necessarily happy. We all have things in our life that we would like to see differently. And there was a story, and I'm going to butcher it because I don't have it in front of me, but it was one of my favorite things when I was in school for massage therapy, and anytime I see it now, I always try to post it or talk about it. And it was about a man talking to his grandson, and the man was telling the grandson, inside of you is two wolves. One is jealous and angry and just negative and happy, and the other is positivity and happiness and just seeing the world happy. And the grandson asked, well, which wolf wins? And the grandpa responded with, whichever wolf you feed. And that is such a strong statement because it is so true. And if I can find that video, that story, I can link it below so the author gets credit for it. It's been years and years that I've heard of it, that it's been around. But it's so, so, so true that everything can be adjusted in our eyes. someone was talking about my positivity, and I always say the MS can take from me my ability to use my body correctly. It can take away my ability to talk and see and hear. It can cause anxiety, but it can't change my personality. And I will never let it have the one thing that it can't take. So that is definitely, I guess I do kind of have a challenge for you. And it's really similar to the rest of the challenges I've given. And it just is to try to see the positive. I was talking to one of my very best friends the other day, and we were talking about how just 2 years ago she was trying to buy a house, and things kept coming up, and it was devastating that they kept missing out on houses and things did not happen. And her life changed so drastically in those 2 years. And looking back at from where she is now to that, we are so thankful that she didn't get those houses. Her situation would be 1,000 times worse had the things that seemed like catastrophic, bad things, had those not happened, her situation right now would be horrendous. So it's very, very interesting. I have always been told everything happens for a reason, and as a child and young adult, even now, I hated hearing it. I didn't like that. When things are happening, it's hard to see that there's a reason for it. But if you really stop and look back at different things that have happened in your life, so this is another part of a challenge. Sorry, this is very all over the place, but I'm still having a pretty bad week, and I wanted to just come to you and post regardless because there are really positive things that I wanted to get out there. So part of my challenge today, besides really, really focusing on looking at the positive in every situation, even the worst, is that I challenge you to try and think of maybe the last 3 really bad things that happened in your life. Or maybe go back 2 years and think of the worst 3 things that happened 2 years ago, whichever is easier for you, and think about how your life would be different now if those things wouldn't have happened, but in a positive way. Try to look at the positives. So it could be, had I gotten the house that I really, really wanted, it was my dream house, I wouldn't have been able to move and start this new career. Or had I gotten this job that I applied for that I really, really wanted, I wouldn't have gotten the promotion where I'm at now. Just things like that. Anything. Just try your best to think of some situations and see if you can see them in a little different light. I know that's hard, easier said than done, but just give it a shot, see what you find. Aside from that, I wanted to also, this is, like I said, scatterbrained. This is a very all over the place video, and I do apologize for that. In my bad week, I've been watching a lot of my favorite YouTubers, so that has really helped. So it kind of inspired me to make sure I got on here and did a video for you guys. But one of the things that I did the last couple days was I had done one of my injections, and I had one of my reactions, one of my kind of normal reactions, but very, very painful. And so I'm going to go ahead and insert that picture at the end of this video because it kind of gives you another look into my daily life. And I know that it's negative. It's sad. It's no fun to get welts and blisters and have horrible injection reactions, but those injections are helping me through my day-to-day. So I just wanted to kind of show a picture of what I'm usually hiding under my clothes, because I do get asked a lot about the injections. I think that's one of the most scary things for people to understand. So I want to post, I thought I'd add a picture on here. I will also link the video to doing my injection. I understand if you don't want to watch it, but I do highly recommend watching that video. It's pretty short. It just goes through my steps from getting ready to do the injection all the way through cleaning up. And the reason I think that would be such a good thing to watch is that there's nothing gory, there's nothing gross. You don't even see the needle going into my skin. But it's such a huge part of my daily reality that I really wanted to share it with you guys. So I will link the video that I previously did of me doing the injection. I will, at the end of this, add a video, a picture of my reaction from this week. I'm still really bruised from it, I do believe. I don't know if I can get my arm up enough, but other than that, please feel free to share this video. Also, sorry, that was loud. Please, you can share this video. Feel free to subscribe. I'll put a link right around here somewhere in a bubble in one of the corners for you to subscribe. Any of your friends you think might want to subscribe, absolutely. The more the merrier. I just want to have this group and this forum to spread positivity, and if you have any questions, as always, you can feel free to ask in the comment section below, and or I will link my email below if it's something that's more private you wanted to talk to me about. Also, if you have a topic you want me to go over or a question you want me to go over in a video, please feel free to ask. Thank you. Have a good day.